Hello to you. My name is Maria Kondzielska and this is Poland Daily Culture. Today we'll talk about differences between approach to work between Americans and Poles. We have here with us Maggie Gardner, Polish American. Again, thank you very much for showing up.
Thank you for having me.
And since you finished law school in US and you thought about starting your professional career there, but after meeting your husband you decided to move to Poland, you can also, but of course you have many friends there and you know their approach too, and your parents moved to US in order to work there. So you see what is the difference when it comes to approach to work and to kind of finding a balance between family life and your professional life, which of course is always hard, but is it harder in Poland or is it harder in US?
I think it's definitely harder in the States. In the States, there's an approach that you live to work. And here in Poland, it's kind of the opposite. You work to live. And I prefer this kind of approach. So in the States, it's very much, people are extremely driven, and it's a wonderful environment for innovation and for people who are starting a business, entrepreneurship. However, it comes at a price, and the price is kind of your individuality, and then you kill your family. For many people, they're just unable really to find a moment where it is appropriate within their career to start a family. And by the time they've kind of worked up the ranks in some kind of corporate setting or in a law firm, they're unable then to have a family, just biologically speaking. So
I get it. Yeah, so it's always hard because around 30 years old you kind of become to be, like, you take a deep breath in your professional career, you start to be a professional in what you're doing, and you kind of in the ladder somewhere higher. But then there is a choice, of course, for women. Either I stop for having kids or I climb the ladder.
Exactly. And so in the States, it's very difficult for a woman to continue to have a profession and be a mother. I have friends who are in law firms and they have started their families, but they had to wait about 5 years after I was able to begin immediately, and they waited over 5 years to even begin having a family. And so that also means just statistically that they will not be able to have a family at a young age. They'll be older parents as their children grow older, but also it may even involve a smaller family than they had hoped, or maybe complications with pregnancies that might not have occurred had they been younger. I mean, these are not 100%, but this is just statistically, that's what happens. And I think that for sure it is just more difficult even after having the baby, just having also the time to be a mom, and even not just for the child's sake, but even for the mother's sake, to have maternity leave for emotionally and hormonally for her to stabilize after childbirth. My friends some of them had to go back to work within a month. And then
that's quick.
Others felt lucky that they had 4 months maternity leave because they got to spend time bonding with their babies, and then they have to give them away to like a nursery where
there's so many problems.
I mean, I've had 3 babies, and at that age, at 6 months, 4 months, they're not moving, they're in a cot, and I can't even imagine.
And you still
having emotionally to leave my baby. Well, many women end up not being able to continue breastfeeding because of the stigma involved with like pumping at work. So they're unable really to. Some workspaces don't even have a place for mothers to pump. They have to pump in the bathroom.
I get it. Yeah.
Which is a not sterile environment to do something like that. It's just not. It's so anti-family in the States. I can't stress it enough. We went once to a family restaurant, a restaurant that kind of is itself advertising itself as a family restaurant.
Yeah.
And so we expect, of course, family restaurant, and kids are obviously expected to come. And there wasn't even a changing table in the bathroom.
Oh, wow.
So curiously, like, how do they expect parents to come with their children and then what
Change
are
the
you supposed to
diapers.
do? So this is kind
Most of restaurants in Poland, even
I think
cafes have to change.
bathrooms, cafes, anywhere you go, and it's wonderful. It's not just the women's bathroom; it's also the men's bathrooms, and it's I think even it's actually wonderful here in Poland. You see so many dads involved, and I think it's even more so definitely than in the States. Like I said, it's almost taboo to have a family and be in the corporate world. You just don't talk about your family. You don't talk about any plans to have families, and you shield that information from your employer just in case if they find out, they might fire you, but not, they won't tell you that they're firing you because you want to be a mom. They'll find some other reason to fire you, and then...
Well, at least there is some good element about it. We usually don't even notice all the positive elements when you're living somewhere, but think about, for example, toilets and everything which is there to support mothers and the family life. So we Poles have this element without we want to criticize everything. So right now, let's stop criticizing a little bit and see the bright side of living in Warsaw and in Poland. And thank you very much for watching our show, and of course stay for another episode.